Shalom, shalom, friends, and it's good to be here with you on this Tuesday afternoon. And as I am speaking to you now, let me mention that I just recently came back from a few weeks in Israel. And I wanted to speak for a minute about that experience, the time that we had there in Israel, and my impressions of what is going on there now and our connection to Israel, the connection of the Jewish people to Israel. There is no doubt that as I was heading there towards Israel, we learned of the return of the final hostage, the body of the final hostage. And it was a powerful moment. Israel TV paused its broadcasting to share that arrival of the last hostage. People were rejoicing and taking off their remembrance pins and necklaces that they'd been wearing through the entire ordeal since October 7th, a few years ago. And it was a powerful moment. But also powerful for me when I was there was the news that came across as we read of the threats to Iran from our American president, and the response of Iran saying that they did not, of course, want to be threatened, and that if there was ever any military action, they would immediately respond to Israel. You see, for them, Israel is the target. Israel is their closest ability to strike the United States or to strike the symbol of the West. And it's clear to Israelis that what Israel is just a symbol of Western culture for those who are in Iran. But it's one thing for us in America to hear that, and it's another thing to be in the place with the remnants of the missiles that were shot at Israel during the Iran war. The war that Israel had with Iran, and to see the buildings that are still being repaired as a result of the strikes that Iran showered onto Israel. Now, these strikes, these buildings, were not buildings out in the middle of nowhere. This was in the middle of the city of Haifa. Government buildings, oil refineries, factories, and many apartment buildings right in this area where these missiles had fallen. It is maybe too simplistic to say, but it is one thing to be within the safety of the borders of the United States, far from our adversaries, and it's another thing altogether to be right there on the front line. It's one thing for us to hear about soldiers who have to face war, and it's another thing to stare in the faces of young men and women who are on their way to army bases on Sunday morning, carrying their weapons, their laundry, their bags with them, and recognizing that they could be called into duty and into action at any moment. And these fresh-faced youngsters who proudly wore the Israeli uniform, the military uniform, they had no idea what they could face on the other side, and as they faced danger of adversaries and those who wished to destroy their homes, their people, their families, their lives that were at stake. We are blessed to be in a place of relative safety. We are blessed that we have not had to seek refuge. We have not had to find our way to another land to be able to be safe. We have that safety here, and that sense of security here. And I think that we need to appreciate and consider for a moment what it means for others who do live in harm's way, who do find themselves within the borders that are at least threatened by a constant barrage of those who seek to do evil. I think it changes everything. I think it changes the way one looks at life, the way one lives their life, the way one even reacts to their neighbors. And certainly it changes the way someone lives in their own country, to be threatened and to know that a bomb or a missile could fall on their home, on them at any moment. It's not just Israel, by the way, who suffers. There's others who suffer all across the globe. And it's not to say that there's no one at fault. All of us are at fault. Many of us are at fault. It's human nature, but living under the threats does something to a person's psyche and does something to their life. I don't think we understand that, and I think that oftentimes many of us want to ignore that. Even the situations that are here in our own country with regards to immigration, I think very often we lose sight of the fact that for many of those who seek entry into the United States, it's not a matter of just wanting to live in a different place. It's a matter of survival. It's a matter of being able to stay alive, to being able to live a life without constant fear and pressure that a neighborhood gang or some other danger from foreign government or from their own government will find them in harm's way. It changes people, makes them take risks that they might not have taken otherwise. And for us to not recognize that, not understand that, I think is a failure or a smallness of mind of our own making when we don't realize the pressure that so many others live under. Leads us to kind of ethnocentric or kind of self-centered view of the world. So for me, the trip was wonderful. It's always good to be in Israel. It's always good for me to feel that sense of our larger people. But let's not lose the sense of how those outside of the United States, outside of these borders of protection, have to live lives not knowing exactly what the future will be. If you haven't been to Israel, let me encourage you to plan a trip to Israel. The country is interesting, it's full of life. There are so many things to see, to do, and to experience. And there are many volunteer activities that can transform your travel to Israel from tourist to active participant with our people. I'm happy to help you as you look towards those experiences and process your own experiences for yourself in the land of our people, the land of our history, the land of Israel. We're going to conclude now with the mourners Kaddish Yit Gadal V'Yit Gadash Shemei Rabam B'Yalma Divra Kirutei V'Yamlich Malchutei B'Chayechon V'Yamechon V'Chayei D'Chol Beit Yisrael B'Agalav V'Zman Kariv V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabam V'Varach L'Olam Li'amei Amaya Yit Barach V'Yishtabach V'Yit Boar V'Yit Ramam V'Yit Naseh V'Yit Adar V'Yit Alev V'Yit Alal Shemei D'Kudesha Barichu L'Ela Min Kol Berchata V'Shirata Tush Bechata V'Nechamata Damiram B'Alma V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu V'Yal Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Imramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'Yal Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Thank you, friends, for being with us, and we'll be speaking to you in the week to come.